If you think the Mongol Empire was all about war and destruction, then you're only seeing half the picture. After their empire's collapse in the 13th century, the Mongols didn't just disappear. In fact, their influence can still be seen today in many parts of the world. So what exactly happened to them? What did they leave behind? And why does their legacy live on even today? If you're ready for an epic adventure that will take you across Asia and Europe, then let's get started. Genghis Khan united the nomadic tribes of the Mongolian steppe into a powerful force, establishing the Mongol Empire as one of the largest in history. He led his armies on campaigns that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, conquering vast territories and leaving a trail of both awe and terror in his wake. But after his death in 1227, the empire fractured, giving rise to four distinct khanates. Centered in Central Asia, became home to a blend of Mongol and Persian cultures, which eventually gave rise to the Uzbeks, Uyghurs, and the Khazars. The Ilkhanate flourished in Persia, where it adopted Islam and saw the construction of magnificent mosques and madrasas. It was here that the famous traveler Ibn Battuta visited and marveled at the advancements of the time. The Golden Horde established its power base in Russia, leaving a lasting impact on the region's history, including the forced relocation of the capital city of the Russian Principality of Vladimir. And finally, the Yuan dynasty in China continued the empire's legacy there until its eventual downfall following the death of Monkey Khan. So, where did the descendants of the Mongols go after the fall of the empire? Well, let me tell you, some stuck around in the areas where their ancestors had once conquered, while others migrated back to Mongolia, which had been their ancestral homeland before Genghis Khan's conquests. Those who remained scattered throughout Asia and Europe often found themselves ruled over by other empires, such as the Chinese, Ottomans, and Russians. Over time, they integrated with the local populations, adopting different languages and customs. For instance, the Mongols in China eventually embraced Buddhism, while those in Persia converted to Islam. However, the Mongols didn't just fade away. They maintained a distinct identity passed down through their oral traditions and stories of their heroic past. One of the most significant ways the legacy of the Mongol Empire lives on is through the spread of Buddhism. During the Yuan dynasty, Buddhism flourished and played a vital role in shaping culture, art, and literature. The great monasteries and temples built during this period stand as testaments to the devotion and creativity of the time. But Buddhism didn't stay within the borders of China. As the Silk Road flourished under the Yuan dynasty, Buddhist teachings spread westward, influencing the development of Tibetan Buddhism and impacting countries like Korea and Japan. Even Mongolia itself became a hub for Buddhist learning and spirituality, a tradition that continues today with monasteries like Ganden, which serves as the spiritual center of modern Mongolia. Another way the Mongol Empire left an enduring legacy is through its contributions to science, technology, and trade. The Pax Mongolica, or Mongol peace, brought a sense of stability to vast regions, facilitating trade and cultural exchange along the Silk Roads. This era witnessed the transmission of scientific knowledge, inventions, and ideas between East and West. For example, European scientists gained access to important works of Greek and Arabic scholars, thanks to the efforts of Mongol rulers like Orjai and Guyuk. Similarly, gunpowder, papermaking, and printing technologies spread eastward from China to the Middle East and Europe. The cosmopolitan cities established by the Mongols, such as Karakoram, Baghdad, and Beijing, became centers of intellectual and commercial activity. These cities attracted merchants, scholars, and travelers from diverse cultures, fostering innovation and creativity. Marco Polo, as account of his travels in the Yuan dynasty, provides an enlightening glimpse into this vibrant cultural fusion and the advancements of the time. But let's not forget about the art and architecture left behind by the Mongol Empire. Along the Silk Road, you'll find stunning examples of Buddhist art. From the intricate carvings of the Yungang grottos to the serene bronze sculptures of Tibet in Mongolia. Traditional felt art, wood carving, and the making of silver jewelry are still practiced, keeping these ancient traditions alive. Now, if you want to experience a part of this rich history firsthand, I have some exciting news for you. The Mongol Empire covered a vast area, but its influence extended far beyond its territorial limits. Let's explore how their ideas and practices spread to distant corners of the world. When we talk about the spread of the Mongol Empire, it's essential to consider the incredible journeys of those who lived during that time. One of the most famous travelers associated with the Mongol Empire, Marco Polo, whose account of his travels in Asia during the Yuan dynasty provided Europeans with a first-hand glimpse into the wonders of the East. His stories sparked curiosity and inspired many to venture out on their own adventures along the Silk Road. You see, the Mongol Empire facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and people across Eurasia, creating a network that connected diverse cultures and facilitated the transmission of knowledge. For example, Islamic, scientific, and philosophical texts were carried from the Middle East to China, influencing scholars in both regions. Similarly, Buddhist scriptures traveled east from India to Korea and Japan, contributing to the development of these traditions in East Asia. This exchange wasn't limited to religious texts. The introduction of new agricultural techniques, medical practices, and scientific discoveries became part of this vast network. Merchants, missionaries, and diplomats like Giovanni da Montecovino and William of Rubrek carried tales of distant lands and introduced the world to exotic products like spices, silk, and porcelain. As the Mongol Empire wove its influence across the globe, it left an indelible mark on the world stage. And now, it's time to unravel the fascinating ways in which it changed the course of history. First off, the Mongol Empire shattered the long-held notion that Eurasian unity was a distant dream. In fact, Genghis Khan's grandson, Kublai Khan, successfully united vast territories from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, creating a more integrated Eurasia. Under his rule, the Silk Roads flourished, connecting distant markets and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. But hold on, because it gets even better. The Mongol Empire didn't just connect existing networks. The Pax Mongolica, or Mongol peace, ushered in an era of stability that allowed for safer travel and trade along established routes. This peace also led to the establishment of new trading hubs and the flourishing of commercial activity in cosmopolitan cities like Karakorum, Baghdad, and Beijing. And let's not forget about the Yamen Kublai Khan's postal and courier service, which revolutionized communication and information exchange across his vast realm. Speaking of communication, the Mongols were savvy users of diplomacy, employing skilled negotiators and building alliances with various states. By forging strategic partnerships, they expanded their influence and secured their territorial gains. But the Mongol Empire's impact transcended trade and diplomacy. It made significant strides in science, technology, and cultural exchange. The synthesis of ideas from different civilizations led to advancements in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Think of the magnetic compass, gunpowder, and the astrolabe, all of which found their way into the hands of European explorers thanks to the Mongol Empire. And now for the big one. The Mongol Empire fundamentally shifted the balance of power in Eurasia. With the rise of the Yuan dynasty in China, the political landscape shifted dramatically. The Mongols' success challenged the established order and inspired other nomadic groups to resist traditional empires. And let's not forget the Mongols' military prowess, which included innovative tactics, cavalry warfare, and the use of psychological strategies. Their military achievements contributed to the reshaping of political boundaries and left a lasting impact on warfare in Eurasia. The Mongol Empire may have fallen, but its legacy lives on in unexpected ways. From the spread of Buddhism to advancements in science and technology, their influence can still be seen today. If you've enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more epic adventures. Thank you for joining me on this whirlwind tour of the Mongol Empire. Now, it's your turn to add to the story. What surprised you the most about the Mongols and their enduring legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you're planning a trip to the Silk Road, I've got a special treat for you. Check out our travel guide for an unforgettable adventure. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. Thanks for watching.